How's that?
I can still hear myself.
Yeah, I know, but like, can you get over it?
No. Anyways, Dragon's Den 4th episode, and I remember also renting consoles from like Blockbuster and stuff like that with my friends. So that was kind of my first memory of actually playing video games, but they were like there in the background. They weren't something that I was like actually allowed to do very often. My parents were always like, please just go play outside, be a kid, get in trouble, get dirty. And so, you know, that's kind of what I did. I did mostly outside play and had a lot of fun with my cousins and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden I watched my friend play Ocarina of Time on her Nintendo 64, and I'm like, what is this? Like, that was my first moment of like, I have to play this. Like, this needs to happen. So I remember going home with my mom and I was like, I need a Nintendo 64. And she's like, you don't need anything. I had told my dad, I was like, look, I want a Nintendo 64. Would you mind buying it for me? He's like, yeah, sure. He's like, how much was it? I was like, $99.99. She's like, does it even include a controller or anything like that? I was like, oh, I assume so. She's like, does it even include a game? I was like, no, that's probably true. But she's like, fine, whatever. So we go out and we buy the ice blue clear 64, which I am so mad at myself that I don't have anymore, because apparently those colored ones are kind of like sought after. And she's like, well, I'm not buying the game you want. I was like, what? She's like, you can ask for that for Christmas. I was like, that is not part of the deal. I told you in the very beginning what I wanted this console for. And she buys me Rogue Squadron, which I was pissy about.
Star Wars?
Yeah.
Okay,
No.
I mean, it was a good game.
It was a great game. Once I actually got over the little bit of salt in my system and actually played it, it was a lot of fun. I actually really enjoyed that game. So that game is part of my childhood. Now I see it at the lounge. I'm like, I should play that one day. But then I remember that one where you have to freaking trip the walkers. Hated that. But yeah, no, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time started the craze, the craving to have to go home and play video games. And then like Majora's Mask came out, and like that whole entire line, like I am Zelda obsessed. Like if anybody wants to buy me anything for Christmas and if it's Zelda, they're in. And right now I'm playing Breath of the Wild, which this game is so pretty and massive, and so it's amazing. It has a lot of like, there's this one thing where I think it called stasis, so you like all these chains come out and it locks the thing into place, but you can use your weapon and create like a force. And so you hit it as many times as you can. You see this arrow just get longer and longer. And once it releases, that thing just projectiles. And it's so much fun. And if you can climb onto the rock while it launches, you can go with it. And so there was this one where there was a bunch of like the boblins and stuff like that around a campfire. But there's this giant, massive metal box. And I just picked it up, raised it above their heads, and just released it and just smashed all three of them. I'm like, yes. So it's like you can go ahead and just battle them melee wise, or you can go in there with your tools and actually just do it in many different ways, which that's awesome because you can start it over and you can play it in a totally different fashion.
So that's what I was just gonna ask you: is what's the end game like? You know, like once you beat Ganon, are you just done, or is there in the world dynamic stuff to do?
I don't know, actually. I don't know if like the storyline is just like, okay, you're done. You can still do stuff. I don't know if it's kind of like Skyrim where you like you played it and it's over. But I want to say you can continue playing because there's so many things to do. Like there's these little the Koroks, the little green guys that have like the masks and stuff like that, and you find them all over the place. There's like 900 of them. I'm not even kidding. There's like 900 of them, and there's like 120 shrines that you can visit, and like each one will give you spirit orbs or something like that, and then you can transfer those into like hearts or stamina and stuff. And then there's so many other things to do. It's like it's pretty well in depth. There's like horses that you can tame that are interesting in the game. Like you can get Ganon's horse, you can find Princess Zelda's horse, and if then you have the amiibo, which sucks because you have to have the amiibo, you can get Epona, which I got her, and she's amazing and I love her, and she's constantly my horse now. I can go on and on and on about this game, honestly. So if we don't want to waste like hours just me prattling on about how awesome I believe this game is, and it sucks because then I can't even show you like any like gameplay clips or anything like that because Nintendo is very uptight about what they allow to be viewed. But Joe, what was the game that started the craze for you?
Ooh boy. Game that started gaming for me. What was your first gaming experience? Well, like I can literally remember being in a crib watching my parents play Contra on the original Nintendo
Nice
on the
throwback.
TV.
Yeah. That's
So,
good.
yeah. Realistically, for me, it was actually Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog is 100% my version of Zelda. Like, the first time I ever saw it, Sears had kiosks all over the place that were just big Sega kiosks, and they had like 3 TVs on them, and they had 3 Sega Genesises wrapped around with the controllers hanging out, and like, so yeah, I just ran over and like grabbed the controller, and as soon as I hit start, and there was just so bright and colorful and fast and just so much attitude, and it was just like, oh yeah.
This is it. This is what I'm gonna be doing for the rest of my life.
Yeah, no, that was really it. And then yeah, I mean, I don't remember a moment from the Sonic the Hedgehog kiosk that I wasn't a gamer since then. Like, that was it. And I don't know about you, but I didn't have a PS3. I had an Xbox 360 because I was a cool kid.
Yeah, I didn't care about cool kids. I liked my system, and I'm gonna keep it.
You were like, it's fine that it's $600. It also plays Blu-rays.
Also, it was backwards compatible, so I was happy that I could play my PlayStation 2 games on it.
Yeah, for the first 6 months.
I know. I had one of those. It was an amazing moment too, because it was stupid fucking expensive.
Oh yeah,
I
it was
went out-
$5.99.
I went out to buy a Wii, and of course, the way Nintendo works, they only put a finite amount of whatever console they have out, and they don't replenish it very often. So it's like you would go in a store and be like, is there a Wii available? Like, no. I was like, all right, well, what do you have available? Like, well, the last thing we got is this PlayStation 3. It's like the bigger one, the better one, and it's backwards compatible. I'm like, well, that's a good seller. And I was like, it's a lot of money though. And I remember looking around, saw a couple games. I was like, ooh, I like Need for Speed. I got the money, and then so I go up there and I'm talking. I think I just muted myself. Nope, but I can't hear myself.
All right.
Interesting. So yeah, I went up to the cash lady. God, I can't speak. But yeah, so I go up to the sales lady and I'm like, hey, I would like to get that PlayStation that you recommended, and she's like, all right. And she's pretty snooty about it, and for some reason that like really irked me. So I remember just slapping all the money on the table. I was like, I like 2 games too. What? And brought it to a friend's house and plugged it in, and just, oh shit, it was Dustin. He had just broken his ribs, so I had gone and visited him and plugged into his brand new flat screen TV, which those are like brand new, and I'm feeling so old right now talking about that crap. So yeah, we plug it in and it was like all HD or whatever, and I remember watching, like, I was racing and like we're both like, oh, it's so pretty. And the graphics are amazing, and that game was actually a lot of fun. I like Need for Speed Carbon. That was a good racing game. And then what was probably my next purchase? Oh no, that was later on. I was like, my next major thing that I remember for the PlayStation 3 was Call of Duty World at War, which I think out of any of the Call of Duties that I particularly played has one of the best story modes. And then of course you finish it and then Nazi zombies come out and you're like, what is this amazingness? And then my life was gone. And would have myself my drinks and a video game, and I'd shoo everybody away, and I'd be like, I'm drinking and I'm playing with people online, and this is so much fun. It was actually one of my first multiplayer online games that I ever played. Yeah.
Did I ever tell you the story of how I got my first PS3?
No.
It's a fun one.
It's a fun one. Okay.
I had no interest in getting a PS3 whatsoever at all. I had an Xbox and I was happy. And they were expensive, and also I hate Sony, so there was no interest in it. But I happened to work at a video game store at the time. This video game store happened to get robbed while I was working there. And the guy who robbed me stole a brand new PlayStation 3. About a block down the road, cops caught the guy, took him in, confiscated the PlayStation as evidence. Right? Pretty much moved on from there. I was like, whatever. I don't even remember, like 3 to 6 months later, the store closed and the whole company went out of business and everything just shut down. 2 or 3 weeks after the store closes, I get a call from the sheriff that says, hey, we're done processing all that. You can come pick up your evidence now.
Fuck yeah. Like, I got all this free merch.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right, well, I guess I get a PS3. That's cool.
I mean, and I don't know why. I've always been a PlayStation girl, so like Though I will say the only reason why I haven't gone Xbox is because the first Xbox that came out, the controller was so massive I couldn't hold it, and I was like, this is so uncomfortable. I hate it. And then I held a PlayStation controller. I'm like, oh, it fits. It feels so great. But I will admit I've felt the Xbox One, was it? Their new controller style is way better. Like way more improved.
Yeah, no, I agree. I have always liked the off-axis thumbsticks better than having them right next to each other. I hate everything about that.
Yeah, I guess. No, it feels weird to me. No, my thumbs have to be even.
Well, that's your opinion.
Yep.
And it's wrong.
I do the claw.
No, that's true. You do kind of hold your controller more, like, fully.
Yes. I hold all triggers, okay? You need to be ready for everything.
Yeah.
That 1 millisecond off of not hitting that R1 and R2, so.
See, I'm on, like, the fighting game level, kind of, where it's like I need twitch movements and as little actual, like, physical movement as possible. So I hold my controller to where everything's kind of, like, just kind of floating, and I can just basically be like, yeah, trigger, yeah, bottom trigger, yeah, all the buttons. Because when you're playing Dark Souls, you don't have a whole lot of time to be thinking about where your fingers are.
No, I fucking like the game so much. I got invaded for the first time yesterday that I actually had a fight, because I got invaded once in Analondo. And I was like, fuck you, and I ran.
Yep.
And totally avoided the whole entire confrontation. And all of a sudden I was like, what is that noise? And I see the notification down the bottom. It was like, so-and-so has invaded. I was like, no! And I was waiting for a glyph, so I didn't want to run away. So I'm like trying to I see him, and I was like, no, oh my god. And I remember getting one hit. I see him stagger back, and I was like, I want to say he was surprised. Because, like, the amount of damage that I did to him in, like, one hit, he's just like, okay. Shielded up. And then he backstabbed me twice, and I died.
So one of the things about Dark Souls is that everything has kind of this, like, secret meta community, right? And if somebody invades you, when you see them, you stop and you go into your emote menus and you both bow, and then the battle begins.
Oh, really?
Now, he saw you didn't know any of that. He knows you didn't know any of that, so he immediately thought, this person's an idiot, and just ran right into battle. And then you were like, yeah, but I've leveled up a lot. And he was like, oh, God. I
was like, I was trying to run away. I was like, no, get away. And, yeah, no, he totally backstabbed me. Yeah, so about that, I am not doing Tuesdays anymore. I am actually streaming Wednesdays at 8 to like 11 or 12, wherever I kind of feel like I should or want to end. Give myself a little extra time around there. But yeah, Tuesdays are like my only day off that I have, and I want to like have an actual full day to like do anything that I need to do as an adult. So I'm going to take that day for myself. But Wednesdays are going to be my new Tuesdays, and then I got my Sundays back, so Soul Sundays are back, and then every other Thursday we'll be doing this. So you guys are actually seeing more of me than you used to. So
in addition to all of that, I've also gone through and updated the YouTube channel significantly.
Yeah, I saw it looks amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And started producing some more content on there too. I've been doing voiceovers and stuff for some of my gameplay.
Oh my god, the voiceover you did for like some of your Dark Souls ones was awesome. It was so freaking funny, like the Sunny D. Dude, I cracked up on that. Dustin cracked up on that. It went around. It was great. Yay, Mrs.
That's
Y.
awesome.
Thanks. I know he did a really good job.
Awesome. Thank you, Mrs. Y. Yeah, no, but yeah, so there'll be more content on the YouTube side, more content on the Twitch side, and then, you know, that's what we do is just keep making content. Oh, we got a host from Lux with 11.
Woo! Thank you
what
so
up,
much, Lux.
Lux?
What's up? How was your stream? I hope it was great. And Mrs. Y, I live on YouTube too. That's literally, I go home. I don't watch Netflix anymore. I'm like, what's on YouTube? I surf around. They are hilarious. I used to watch some of them, and then I got more into like the video game, and then fails are one of my favorites. Gifts with sound apparently is like one of my new favorite things to watch. VR chat fails are hilarious to me. Anything that deals with video games actually has like been my number one thing that I actually watch. on top of fails. And recently, I think it's because I feel Halloween coming about. I've been watching a lot of like ghost stuff, like ghost caught on tape and whatever. And some of them are like, that's interesting. The ones that actually spook me the most are like that has to deal with animals. Like there's this one that's like all about like dogs being scared of things that they can't see. And there's this one that was really, really creepy. And I was like, ooh, that is interesting. Not that I say that I actually believe in ghosts. Holy crap, that is loud. Thank you, Zero Sticks, for becoming a dragon. You are an awesome person. Oh, look at all those little, I like all those little emotes. They're so cute. Yay. Oh, this setup's so cute.
All right,
Thank
we
you.
have to cancel the whole show
Go.
here for a minute so we can look at the emoji.
I look like my art character. Thanks. I worked really hard on her, and I love the blue hair that you can do. And I like the blue hair. I did 2 different colors, so I was actually really happy. And I was freaking out because I didn't think I had enough color. So I was like, I had to quarter my hair down, and I didn't have a lot of dye left. I was like, I don't know what to do. But I made it work.
Oh, I look like my art character. Okay, so to be fair, character creators are like so great for me because you just turn everything off and you turn on the biggest beard you could find and you make him like dad bod, kind of fat, but like whatever. Maybe he could do it. And like, that's it. You're done. It's basically default. I'm a default character.
Default. I don't know. You've made some of your characters look weird. Ark, you can make your characters look really weird. I'm all about like making my characters look, you know, pleasing to look at. And then here's Joe, like the stumpiest, whitest, smallest head person I have ever seen. And I was like, what is this? And like you put him in any of the clothes and it just looks ridiculous. I love it. During holiday time, you're going to wear beard wreaths and beard ornaments? Oh my god, you should.
Can
I glitter beard you? Oh my god, that'd be so pretty.
It's something, you know, they ask every year. Every year they ask, oh, can we put ornaments in your beard?
Come on.
I mean, maybe this year. Maybe if the viewers want to see it, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
See?
Yeah.
Oh.
See, I
Dude,
care about you guys
push
more
it.
than I care about my
Push it.
friends. So.
Push it. We could do this. I'll put even like those lights that you just have batteries, so we'll just put a battery pack on your back and we'll string lights through it. It'd be great. It might get really hot, but it'd be great. Aw.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
no.
yes.
If we're doing it, we're doing it on stream. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Yeah.
Please. Okay.
Yeah. I refuse to be embarrassed by myself. I will only be embarrassed publicly.
Perfect. Okay, so this is happening. We are doing a Christmas stream. Slugger Rider. Yes, I got it right. Sorry. Thank you for becoming a dragon. You're an amazing person too. Yes. You better. Yes. He's very committed for you guys. So this is happening. I'm going to make sure that we make a date. December, we are doing a holiday beard. Glitter might be involved.
Well, at least we'll be moved into the full studio by then.
There you go.
Yeah.
Does that actually have floors or is it carpet?
Oh no, it has floors. Yeah, so it'll be
Perfect.
exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a
yes.
perfect multifunction.
I'll put a drop down.
Yeah.
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 Collect all the glitter. And then I'll spread it everywhere.
Oh my god.
It'll be glorious. So, how is your guys' Thursday? Yeah. Who is excited for the upcoming games? Like, who's playing Spiderman? And then, of course, Red Dead Redemption coming out. I'm super stoked for the new Fallout 76. I think that's going to be so good. Let's see. I have to finish Dark Souls first. I promise that I'll finish Dark Souls first, even though it's really, really hard. Yes. Oh, I've watched a couple new videos on Red Dead Redemption, and the dynamics of this game look really cool. I like the whole gang aspect of it, and like the relationships that you have to build with people. I think you had to train and tame horses in the first one too, though, right? I know you could, and if you did, like they had different stats and stuff like that. But I like the bonding moments you're gonna have to have. I love horses, so that's cool for me. It's huge, and you can pretty much talk. You have to talk to everybody to find like side quests and stuff. So that is really. I feel like you're gonna be able to get your money's worth with that game, most definitely. No, for 76, why?
And then as far as Fallout 76 goes, there's more and more things every day that kind of set off my bullshit meter when it comes to Fallout
really?
76. And not like anything that's made me say I don't want to play it, but there's more and more things that make me think like maybe I won't buy it day one.
Oh, just gonna see how it plans out and then kind of feel your way around.
Yeah, well, like, cause they just did you watch the last announcement from like yesterday, the day before, where they talked about how the perk system works?
No, I was probably more focused on Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so they did the perk thing, and basically the way it works is like, so when you level up, you build up a point pool, and then you spend cards. Each card has a certain value, or don't call them cards. Each perk has a value cost.
Okay.
So like, if you're level 10 and you have 10 points, and this card costs 5, and it gives you plus 10% damage or whatever.
It kind of sounds like Arc with their
yeah, with
tree.
the Ingrams and stuff. Yeah, same idea, but except you can equip them and unequip them whenever you want. So they're not
Do
permanent.
you get those
unlocks.
points back?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like your character always has the points, and you always have this collection of perks, and then you can build your character dynamically whenever you want, which sounds great. All of that sounds like awesome. I love the way the system works. What concerns me is that on the second, or on the like every 3 level ups and then every 5 level ups after you get past like level 20 or something, you get a card pack which has just a whole bunch of random perks in it, which is really, really easy to add to a 99-cent microtransaction to just buy perk packs.
No.
And I'm not saying that they would, but I'm just saying, they made a big deal about there's not going to be any loot boxes in it. But there could be card packs, and they still technically never lied. You know what I mean?
Man, the microtransaction games are becoming such a pain in the ass. Like, I'm even upset about, like, when they have, you have to pay for DLCs. You're like, why isn't this just part of the game? Like, why was this, like, you assume this was always going to be part of the game, but like, oh, let me hold back a couple of these awesome aspects, and, let's make you pay $10 for them.
Well, specifically in the case of Fallout 76, I don't see it as like that they held anything back. I think they would have built the system this way one way or the other, but the fact that they've built it in such a way to where it's easy to monetize down the line.
Well, then that game better not be $60.
Oh, it absolutely will be.
Well, I was gonna say, like, the one that comes to mind is like Fortnite, for instance, was really cheap to buy, but like,
free.
well, okay, so yeah, really cheap. It was free, but if you have to buy the battle passes, and those cost money. But you can play, and as long as you keep playing, you can build up credits, and then you can pay for the battle pass with that credit. So like, you don't have to end up paying, but there's times when you're like, well, I'm not playing right now, and you don't save up enough points, and then you're like, well, if I want to play now with my friends, then I have to pay money for it. So it's like, that's where they're starting to get their money, and then all of a sudden they're like, well, if you want this really cool item that doesn't really do anything, but it looks really cool, then you can pay like $5. And I know a lot of people are like, I spent like $60 on this game. I'm like, it's free. They're like, I know. Another game that I'm gonna play, but I'm not gonna stream, because it's gonna be my little guilty pleasure. I'm really interested in Black Ops 4. I know. Talk about microtransaction kind of games and stuff like that, but
Hey, Mrs. Y, if I got in trouble for defending Bethesda, she just brought up giving money to Activision.
Everybody's laughing or shouting at me. See, Lux can't wait for it.
I want to play Doom because I really want to play Doom 2. So I need to play Doom.
Why don't you do that?
I don't know.
You have a great gaming computer now.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I could put Doom on the Doom machine here, and we could just Doom this whole planet.
Oh, God. This is perfect.
Dude, so, yeah, do the Doom for real. I watched the Doom Eternal trailer, and I'm just sitting here in my chair, right, watching it on my TV, and I had goosebumps. I was like, oh, yeah.
Is that out? Is it coming out?
Oh, no, it's not coming out till 2019.
There's a lot of games in 2019 that I'm really excited about. Jump Force being one of them. I was watching some gameplay of that earlier. That fighting game looks so much fun, and it has so many characters that I love. I am a huge anime nerd, by the way, so yeah. I want to be Luffy and Zoro, and then, of course, Goku, which I played Goku multiple times, so maybe not Goku. But, who else is coming? Think they announced...
Light.
They haven't announced him as a playable character. You just see him in the trailer. But they haven't announced him as an actual character, and you haven't seen him in gameplay. You just see Naruto. I'm gonna butcher his name. Sasuke. Roronozo, Luffy, and Goku. So those are the only characters that I have particularly have seen. When am I going to play Cuphead? I don't know if I want to play Cuphead. Cuphead sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Did you see Cuphead
I don't know.
animation for Dark Souls though?
Yeah. Yes,
That
I did.
looked
I was the one who
amazing.
posted that on Facebook.
I should have known.
Yeah,
What?
so behind the scenes, behind the curtains for you guys here, when Quigleesi finishes playing Dark Souls, she's not happy. So, these rage games, I don't know.
I am a very calm, collected person. I don't get angry a lot because I find that's like one of my more favorite things to do. Like I love playing the video games. I love playing for you guys, and I love I don't ever mind backseat tips, game stuff. Like that's kind of like the reason why I'm playing. Oh, you can see my Fox Cup. It's fun.
Freaking me out.
Foxy mug. But so yeah, the whole entire journey that I've had is been incredible. Like when I first started and where I thought I was gonna be, I didn't think I was gonna be this far ahead. And like I said, all my followers and viewers, you guys are been amazing, supporting me through this whole entire thing. And honestly, like I said, you're my favorite part of streaming is chatting with you guys and having you be a part of my daily stream, or not daily streams because I'm not doing that well yet. No, it's been an incredible adventure, and I am super excited to continue because I have to finish Dark Souls, and there's so many other things that I want to play for you guys, and I have nothing else to say except for thank you, and you all are amazing, and I'm so happy I can do this. Yay, feels. So I guess with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign us off. I, again, appreciate everybody for being here. You are amazing. Mrs. Y, Lux, Slug Rider. I also had a follower, which is... Oh, I don't have it on my stream right now. Hold on.
It was Sluggo Rider.
Sluggo Rider.
And somebody else.
Somebody else. Hold on. That was my chat. It is not. My chat did not load. But thank you so much for whoever followed. Thank you so much for the bits. You guys have been amazing, amazing people. And I will see you Sunday.
This guy, Zero Stick.
Ah, yes. Zero Stick. Thank you.